stop. Are you tired of feeling like you missed the boat every time Bitcoin drops? You're not alone. It's tempting, right? Watching that market dip and thinking, this is my chance, but when you go in, it feels like a gamble, not an opportunity. Let me let you in on a little secret. Timing the market isn't about luck. It's about strategy. It's about knowing when to buy and how to spot those perfect dips, like a pro. And guess what? There are powerful tools at your disposal that can help you do exactly that. You could be diving into Bitcoin's dips at the perfect time without getting wrecked by emotions or FOMO. Sounds like a dream? Stick with me, because I'm about to show you the tools that can turn your Bitcoin investments from just getting lucky into something far more powerful. Let's get straight to the heart of this. How to buy Bitcoin dips like a seasoned pro. I know what you're thinking. But how do I know when it's a good time to buy? Fear not, timing is everything, and once you understand the tools, you'll never guess again. Let's break down the strategies that will put you ahead of the curve. 1. Understanding Bitcoin dips and market sentiment. First off, what exactly is a dip? It's simple. A dip is just a temporary price drop. But here's the kicker. If you're buying during a dip, you're essentially buying Bitcoin at a discount. And who doesn't love a good sale? But here's where most people go wrong. They buy on impulse. When Bitcoin drops, emotions can go wild. It's crashing. Should I panic? No. Here's the secret. The market doesn't just dip randomly. It's all about market sentiment, and you can measure that. This is where we start talking tools, and the first one you'll want to add to your toolkit is the Fear and Greed Index. 2. Fear and Greed Index. Your emotional GPS. Imagine you're in the middle of a storm. It's chaotic. Everyone's freaking out, running in every direction, trying to get out. This is how the market looks when people are panicking during a Bitcoin dip. Enter the Fear and Greed Index, your radar in this storm. This tool is like a mood ring for the market. It shows you the overall sentiment, whether people are fearful, greedy, or in that sweet spot of neutral. Here's the fun part. When everyone is fearful, that's usually when you want to buy. Why? Because panic selling creates opportunities for smart buyers. Think of it as buying low, selling high. The Fear and Greed Index can show you when the market is overly fearful and ready for a rebound. It's like waiting for the storm to pass so you can sail through calm waters. Now, don't just take my word for it. Watch the Fear and Greed Index, and when that score hits extreme fear, you might want to seriously consider buying. The market is telling you it's undervalued. But how do you know if it's the right time to go all in? Here's where the Relative Strength Index, RSI, comes into play. 3. RSI. The market's pulse check. Let's talk about the RSI, Relative Strength Index. Think of it like checking your heart rate when you're exercising. Are you pushing yourself too hard, or are you just getting started? The RSI tells you if Bitcoin is overbought or oversold. It gives you a signal, a pulse, that can help guide your buying decisions. An RSI score under 30 indicates that Bitcoin is oversold, meaning it could be undervalued and ready for a price correction. An RSI score over 70? Well, that's your signal to be careful. It's probably overbought and ripe for a pullback. Now, here's the trick. Combine the Fear and Greed Index with the RSI, and you'll have a much clearer picture. If the Fear and Greed Index shows extreme fear, and the RSI dips below 30, you've got the perfect storm of buying signals. It's like hitting the jackpot. But don't just go wild and buy everything. You need to have a strategy. And that brings us to the next tool, the support and resistance levels. 4. Support and resistance. The market's boundaries support and resistance levels are like the invisible walls that Bitcoin's price can't seem to cross easily. These are the price levels where Bitcoin has historically bounced back or failed to rise above. When you're buying dips, you need to know these levels. Support is the price level where Bitcoin has historically bounced upward after a dip. If Bitcoin drops to this level, it's a strong sign that it might reverse direction and start climbing again. This is the level you want to watch when buying during a dip. On the flip side, resistance is where Bitcoin tends to hit a ceiling. It's where the price gets stuck. If Bitcoin keeps trying to break through a resistance level but fails, it's a signal that the price might reverse direction. Understanding these levels will help you spot opportunities to buy at low points and sell when the price hits resistance. 5. How to combine these tools for maximum efficiency. So now you have all these tools in your arsenal: Fear and Greed Index, RSI, and support and resistance levels. But how do you combine them? It's not just about looking at one tool and making a decision. The magic happens when you put it all together. Here's your game plan. Start with the Fear and Greed Index. Check if the market is overly fearful. If it is, there's a high chance of Bitcoin being undervalued. Next, check the RSI. If it's below 30, you're likely looking at an oversold market. That's your signal to start paying attention. Then, look at support and resistance. Identify where Bitcoin is in relation to these levels. Is it near a support level? If it's bouncing off support, it could be a great buying opportunity. Now, don't think that just because all three tools line up, you should buy immediately. Timing is crucial. Even with the best tools, sometimes the market just moves unpredictably. Be patient, use your tools wisely, and remember, consistency is key. 6. Risk management. Protecting your investments. So, now you know how to spot dips like a pro. But how do you make sure you don't overexpose yourself? That's where risk management comes in. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, and always make sure you have an exit strategy. For every buy, have a plan for how and when you'll sell. And use stop-loss orders to protect yourself in case things go south. Pro tip: diversify. Don't put all your Bitcoin eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different assets to minimize risk. 7. Patience pays off. Bitcoin is a volatile beast. It can drop, it can soar, and it can do it in the blink of an eye. But the key to making profits is patience. Timing the market isn't about catching every single dip. It's about waiting for the right moment, using the right tools, and acting decisively. You're not gambling. You're using strategic tools to put yourself in a position to win. The next time Bitcoin drops, you'll be ready to buy like a pro. Now, go ahead, use these tools, stay disciplined, and watch your Bitcoin portfolio grow. Timing the market isn't a game of luck, it's a game of strategy. And with the right tools in your corner, you'll be stacking those SATs like never before.